Hello Wargamers and welcome back to Ultimate General Civil War with me, Bubblebox. It's the 28th of August 1862 and your main army is attempting to trap Jackson's left wing of the rebel army north of Manassas at Stony Ridge. Our scouts report that Longstreet with the right wing is marching from the west to join with Jackson. We need to attack and crush Jackson before he is joined by Longstreet. Thoroughfare Gap is a good position to try to halt or delay Longstreet's advance. The main army is taking position for the main assault, and so you will only have one division available, more or less. So we can actually have, I think, 10 brigades in this particular battle. I have prepared my army for this. It's going to be 2 corps. It's going to be a defensive battle this time as opposed to the last battle, which was a much more aggressive attacking battle. So I've got 2 sets of artillery to put in a nice defensive position, 1 set of cavalry with the best probably melee weapon, the Colt M1855, and then the rest of my brigades. Most of them have some vetted troops and a little bit of promotion. And they will have the Springfield M1855s. So that's who I'm going to be taking into battle. Career points wise, I've just spent 1 on logistics to get a bit more logistics and 1 on army organisation. Since last time we looked at these, although I didn't get any career points last time because we only drew the last battle, as you can see right there. So we go back to army and Thoroughfare Gap. Let's deploy. So as you can see, we can have 10 brigades for this particular battle, which is going to be, no, not that corps, 2nd corps, isn't it? We want 2nd corps, 10 brigades. Yes, that's the one. Lots of supply for our guns as well. The enemy have got 21,000 actually units, which is a lot of units, and we've only got 16,600. So we're going to have to do some serious defending in this particular battle. So General, our pickets report that Longstreet is approaching across the gap. Your mission is to deploy your forces and halt the rebels for at least 3 hours. Don't let them reach the crossing. Okay, so we've got to delay them. Guess they'll be coming across this river, so we're going to be doing battle. Probably want to set the defenses here. Maybe have this as a kind of a killing ground and prevent them coming up on the flank. So I think we'll set where to set the guns first. Probably where they kind of are at the moment. It's probably a good place. I'm going to leave them there, and then we'll get some nice divisions down here next to the water line. We'll put Ross. We'll put 3 divisions along here. I think should cover that area. So we'll put Ross, Averill, and Blake down there, and then we'll have Loomis as kind of on this side here, and as a reserve. We'll put Maloney over on this flank with Foreman, and we'll keep Arnold as a reserve back there, and our cavalry will try and flank a little bit if we can, and we'll keep our spare logistics back. I think that'll do us. So let's just get our units into position. Ross can be on the edge of the tree line here. Check anything coming over the river there, with Averill next to him and Battle next to him, with Loomis watching the flank. And then these 2 guys, I'm wondering, I'll just put Maloney down a little bit, down to there maybe. We'll keep Foreman there. Actually, we'll move Foreman to there. No, we'll put Manny there. We'll put Foreman here. And we'll try and see what we can see with our cavalry. I think that'll do. We'll leave our guns where they are. We've got some really nice guns. Both have got promotions. Both sets of big sets of 10-pounders. So let's get the game underway. So you can see, we'll just speed it up a little bit. We do massively outnumber the enemy at the moment, as you can see by the bars at the top of the screen. But I'm sure that's going to change very, very shortly. Because remember, when we did do the setup, we were actually outnumbered in this battle overall. So we'll have to wait and see what happens in that respect, and see if our cavalry bump into anything. Won't be too, going to slow it down in a minute just in case our cavalry bump into anything. And we'll just move our cavalry around on the flank. If we can maybe catch out some of their guns or something. Don't think they'll try and flank around too far to the right hand side. If they do, they're going to be, it's going to be telling on their condition with all that moving around. So, and condition is needed for charging and running. So nothing spotted yet by McGowan. Oh, a spot. Now he hasn't been spotted yet. So we've got two sets or two brigades coming over. Not massive brigades. Coming over to this area. So let's move Manny forward actually. And we'll move Foreman forward. And we'll move Arnold to where Foreman is. It looks like they're coming over to this particular... It looks like they're trying to come over. We're just going to run you actually into position. And we'll sneak McGowan round, see if we can try and see if there's any guns coming up in the rear. But it's good because he's actually managing to spot these guys. And if we can catch them before they get across the river, I think that's going to be to our advantage. Let's get him now to the edge of the forest here. Come on guys, get yourselves into position. Okay. Okay, guns. Guns. Let's move across here and then charge once we're spotted. Let's move fairly directly. Okay, we've got Drayton here as well moving across. You can see the enemy's got all their units on the field now. We are going to be spotted very shortly. And not yet though, not yet. And we'll charge now. Okay, so we'll charge their guns. If we can take their guns out early in the game, that's going to be a huge advantage, or take some of their guns out at least. You can see Burning has actually had to turn around to deal with this rear attack by our cavalry. There's another set of guns over on the right here. So before McGowan's engaged, I'm going to actually break him off. Oh, he's actually engaged. Ah, damn, I should have broken him off a second sooner. I'm going to break him off and we're going to bring him round and try to attack these other guns. Meanwhile, Foreman's been engaged by skirmishers. Should be able to push those back, no problem. Skirmishers aren't going to get across the river very easily at all. McGowan, I just want you to pull back if you will, please, my friend. Oh, actually, he's routed, so we'll regain control. But their guns are routed at the moment as well, which is good. So they're moving up here where we've got 3 full battalions. They're skirmishers again. Hood has decided to engage. Probably might want to move Arnold down onto the... it's going to be out in the open, but at least he's going to be shooting down on the enemy as Hood is attacking. I'm going to leave Manny to try to defend that. I'm not going to pull him back. Meanwhile, McGowan's still kind of moving around, but it's keeping this brigade busy, which is good news. So we're going to keep him moving across there. And it keeps their guns out of action. We've managed to rout Drayton because he is getting flanked by Arnold, who we will move down a little bit further. Hood's becoming a bit of a problem here. He's in the trees. Now Benning's moving away, but we'll move our... Yeah, we'll move our cavalry over here and we'll charge their other guns, who will be supporting this attack here. In fact, we've got Wilcox going through the middle, but we've got Loomis here who can engage. So let's attack McGowan into their guns. Let's charge those down. Oh, lots of units trying to come over the bridge here, or over the water here, but Loomis is going to engage. And Hunton is stopped and is getting into formation. And Wilcox is actually routed and had to pull back. But our cavalry are now moving into their guns. I could break off at this point and try and chase down their supplies, but I think I'd rather destroy their guns because there aren't... Oh no, we've got Drayton moving in, so we need to pull back. Because Drayton's pulled back from engaging our units, which has again done the trick. It's kept them, and we're routed as soon as we get shot by those guys. These guns are back in action at the back here, but they've been damaged. Next, I think we'll use our cavalry to try to attack these supplies. In fact, I'm going to break off some skirmishers from Ross and move them around on the flank to try to capture these supplies as well. So I'm very happy the way it's going. The only danger point at the moment is Hood against Manny here, because Hood is bigger than Manny, although Foreman is now supporting Manny, so that's good. It's all good. We need to get control of McGowan again. Let's try to capture these supplies, or at least take them down. Okay, so it looks like not a lot happening on this flank, so I'm going to take Ross back around over in that position, because these skirmishers can keep an eye over on this side now. Arnold is a little bit in the open, but he is keeping everyone from coming across the river here. Guns are pounding these guys who are in the water at the moment. Okay, we've got our cavalry back under control, so let's move them back across. Skirmishers hopefully will spot... Oh, their supply wagon has actually gone all the way across there now, so let's move our skirmishers across the river. I might take... Yeah, there's their... I wonder where their other guns are. If they're back here, we'll use our cavalry to move across there. Manny should be okay. How's his... His morale's pretty good. 97%. In fact, it's very good. Okay, let's hunt some more guns. Let's bring our skirmishers around here. We might do some... Might hassle their guns with our skirmishers. We can attack them from the rear. So there's the guns again. We'll get fairly close. We've been spotted now, so we'll charge and see what their response is. They're taking a lot of damage because they're firing from the water, some of them, and they've been routed. Both of them, I think, have been routed. We just need to rout Hood, and I think we've got this one if we can rout Hood. We've taken very little damage as well, apart from our cavalry, and our cavalry are just doing a fantastic job. They've managed to rout the enemy guns again at the back here. Our skirmishers are getting in position. I'm going to move them right round the back here. Right round to there. You don't want to be attacking across open ground with this battalion, with this brigade sitting there. So I'm liking the way things are. We could move forward, but we've got a really strong position. Why do we need to? Let's keep hold of our army for the big battles to come. Been rear flanked. Have we destroyed it? Actually, I think we've destroyed this gun crew. We've completely destroyed this gun crew, so we can move him across now to maybe target the next set of guns. Okay, so the enemy is looking quite weak. So in fact, I'm going to move Ross all the way across here. See if we can't push Hood back. Now I'm reckoning Wilcox here for the enemy is in bad shape. So I'm not going to attack the guns yet. I'm going to wait for Wilcox to get himself back into the fight. Are they charging? They are charging. They're charging Arnold up a hill. This isn't going to do them any good, but I am ready to fall him back. And I'm going to fall back now because they are going to be right out in the open and they're going to get pounded by fire and by guns, and we'll just pull Arnold back into the... What I don't want to do though is get Foreman flanked, so we'll stop Arnold there and get him to fire back in on the enemy, and we'll actually get... Oh, hello! That's sneaky. Law has snuck around the outside, so we're going to pull Avril back. That's really sneaky. Let's get our supply out of there. And they are actually making headroads in the centre now. That was really sneaky, but we've got it covered. Ross is there. I might just withdraw him back a little bit because they are charging. Lots of activity over this side. Now then, can we take down the rest of their guns? Let's send in the skirmishers and let's send in our cavalry as well. Charge into their guns. Now we've got to deal with this little problem over here. Let's re-engage with Ross, try and keep him in the trees. Now they're going to take hellish fire from these canister fire from these big 10-pounders up that close as Law, and you can see the damage that those 10-pounders are doing. Meanwhile, Arnold's kind of holding. The trouble is we're flanked here, which is a little bit problematic. We can move. Loomis should be opening up on Drayton. He is indeed. We've got Avril coming around. I'm happy that Boss can deal with these guys with the help of the gun, so I'm going to move Avril around to here now. How are we doing? Yeah, we're running their guns down on this side. In fact, I'm going to charge the skirmishers. And Longstreet is in danger. Hood's been routed, so we don't have to worry too much. Let's just take out as many guns as we can. We might even manage to make their battalions turn around. So we haven't lost any guns yet. And we've got plenty of ammo. We've got 1 hour 17 to hold out. Right, we are running out of ammo over here, so we need to get rid of Law and get some ammo for Foreman because he's getting low on ammo. Ooh, our melee units are getting really close to the enemy. Let's pull them back and get hold of these guys and pull them back out now as well. We've decimated their artillery in this game. Let's get those cavalry out. started off with 750 cavalry, so they're down to almost half strength, but they've done some serious damage to the enemy. Looks like Law, is he attacking again? I'm kind of going to let him melee if he wants to, and we'll let Avril support Ross with the guns, and hopefully we can get Law to rout, and then our guns can be freed up to fire on the enemy. Meanwhile, our guys are getting hit again. We'll pull them back now. I think they've done plenty for this particular battle. We'll move Arnold up a little bit. We do need to try and get some resupply over on this side at some point. For Foreman, who's getting really low on ammo now. So's Manny as well. Okay, they are breaking quite significantly now. So hopefully Arnold will just stop there. Let's try and sneak spear around the outside while Law's being engaged. Okay, we could attack again. I think it's worth maybe trying to take down their supplies. Oh no, Hunton's there. Let's just move up to the edge of the forest for a second. Okay, Manny's still holding nicely on that side. He's killed twice as many as he's lost. We're going to manage to get some supplies through, hopefully, especially for Foreman and Manny, who are now firing very slowly because they haven't actually got any ammo left. So that's bad. So we need to get them some supplies really, really quickly. I'm going to use Arnold to support them. And I'm going to push Loomis down a little bit as well. And let's hit their supplies with our cavalry. Oh, Arnold's getting hit by the cavalry actually. Let's pull him back. He's taken too many losses there. Got to get these supplies though, because these Manny and Foreman are firing reloading really slowly. It kind of simulates scrounging ammo from the battlefield. We are flanked there as well. Let's attack these guns with our skirmishers. Oh, we've lost our cavalry. We've lost our cavalry. Ah, shit. Well, they've done a good job, but we've lost them, unfortunately. Let's just attack with the well, they've lost their other guns, which is good. They've lost their other guns, so they've got no guns left. And once we get these supplies into position, we should be good on this side. Okay. 44 minutes to survive. Law should break soon. The trouble is he's in cover, and I could charge him, I suppose. I wonder what his conditions are like. Above medium range, wavering morale, fresh, fortified. But wavering morale. Is it worth doing a charge? We've got really good. It might be worth just charging these guys. It's Avril probably. Yep, let's do a charge. Let's break Law and push him back. And then our guns will be freed up to help out down here as well. You need to resupply, guy. Don't run away. Oh, we've got melee going on. We've got melee going on the left flank. Got a bit of a breakthrough here by the enemy. Right, let's move Loomis forward and bring battle round. Okay, so Law is broken. So we'll keep pushing with Avril, meleeing. Law should be taking huge damage now. Maloney has actually broken, which is a bit of a shame. But we've got Arnold here in reserve. And Manet can just pull back and he can catch Law from the retreat as well once his morale's been restored a little bit. Let's let these skirmishers hassle from behind a little bit as well. Loomis engaging. He is. Excellent. Let's just try and damage Law as much as possible. Now I could charge again. Ross. Yeah, it's definitely going to be worth another charge by Ross this time. Let Avril recover his condition. And Maloney's back in the action, so let's just try and get Law taken down completely. Arnold, ammo's okay. Foreman's got some ammo now, so that's good. We just need battle into position to support. Oops, to support, because there's a lot of enemy over here. Skirmishers need to keep hassling at the rear. Law is getting absolutely destroyed, which means we're getting a nice amount of experience on this side. I'm wondering if we're going to manage to take some prisoners here as well. Okay, we need battle in on the action. I might just get him to run the rest of the way, actually. Law's having all sorts of problems. Still meleeing with Ross. Foreman is in danger, but we've run battle up, so that means he's going to be able to get over and flank, get some flanking shots on Wilcox. And what we'll do is we'll just withdraw Foreman a little bit, I think. Law, surely they're going to surrender soon. They're taking so much damage. Loomis still attacking? He is. Skirmishers still attacking? Kind of, not really. Let's get them moving again. Actually, go after the supplies, skirmishers. Charge those down. Law still holding out. Now Manny's meleeing as well. Got ammo problems over here again. We need to resupply, but battle's on the action now, so that's good. And Loomis as well. Haven't really got anyone else we can bring in. Skirmishers have routed, unfortunately. You're telling me Law's still going? Really, we haven't really got anyone else with condition to charge this guy. So Ross, I'm going to turn and bring in on the battle on this side. And these guys can continue to attack Law. Move forward. Keep eyes on so our guns can keep pounding him. He's down to 530 men now. What we'll do, we'll get our skirmishers have had enough. Let's get them back onto site. Oh, actually, spotted their supplies. We'll bring them down there. Okay, let's hunt down this guy. Has he actually left the battlefield? Let's break off some skirmishers and just chase them down. I think they've actually surrendered and gone off the battlefield, which means the rest of Manet's units can turn on the enemy over on this side. And yeah, our guns are back, focusing on these units in the centre now. We'll bring Averill down as well. We'll just send the skirmishers across just to make sure they leave the battlefield. And these guys, can you charge supplies and try to capture us some, please? I've not been using Brewster, I've just realised, so let's bring Brewster in on the action now. Their centre is just collapsing a little bit. Now our guns are trained on them. They've still got cover in the trees here, so they're still having some. We'll bring Manny out on the flank a little bit. Are they charging? Let's pull back. Let's pull back. Get Arnold in on the action. They're getting low on ammo as well now, which is going to help us. Where's our resupply wagon gone? Oh, it's over there. Okay. Still got some supplies. Still got half supply. Let's send that into the centre there to resupply everything. Loomis is getting low on ammo now, so we'll bring that supply wagon down. We have captured supplies here, so let's get those back. And we'll bring our skirmishers back. Loomis needs ammo real soon. Are they charging? They've got to be low on condition though, so yeah, a lot of damage there for Brenning. Foreman, can you engage? Go over here maybe in this gap. So I don't think there's a lot more the enemy can do. They can maybe try and charge. I think they are trying to charge, but they just haven't got the condition to do it. Our guys have routed. We've got Foreman there to replace that gap. We've got Averill here as well. We need to move up into position. Gun's still banging away. Yeah, getting a bit low on ammo on one of the guns. But we need this resupply here first of all. We've got some captured supplies. I don't know how well that resupplies. We'll send that actually up to the guns. We've got charging going on here. I think Loomis is going to be okay there. Loomis has killed 1,200 units, and as for 70-80 casualties. So he's doing an amazing job. Oh, we've got some meleeing going on here. We need Arnold and Foreman back in over here. Manny's actually taking a lot of damage. We need Avril back in on the fight as well. We've got meleeing going on here. Still got quite a lot of enemy actually on this side. Skirmishers, we'll get them actually just to reform, regroup with their units, and we'll get these Ross to regroup with his units as well. Oh, we can finish. I didn't realise. Let's finish then. We don't want to be doing any more battling than we need to in this particular battle. So we lost 3,000 infantry. The enemy lost 8,500. And importantly as well, we managed to rescue a bunch of our Springfield 1855s and some of those Colts that are really excellent weapons. Captured a bunch more Springfields, which are going to be useful for the big battle to come. And we've captured a bunch of supplies as well. Excellent. So back to the campaign map. Well, let's have a look at the devastating. Was it 2 corps? We went in with 2 corps, and you can see we did okay. Really, Manny's the only one that took some serious damage. Arnold took a fair bit of damage, but the rest of them, especially Loomis, didn't take much damage at all. Just at the end there took a bit, and our guns survived completely unscathed and got a bit more experience. So that's absolutely excellent. So we're going to be heading for the second bull run in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Please do give me a thumbs up if you did, and let me know if you're enjoying the series, and I'll see you in the next one.